with this, we move to the next session, the last session perhaps before lunch, but a very important session in terms of cybersecurity. Here we are going to talk about zero trust, reducing risk with efficient and enhanced security. And for that, we have with us eminent speakers from various PSUs, enterprises and all. So for that, let me invite Mr. Subhash Chand, CISO, ICAR, who will be playing the role of moderator. Huge round of applause for him, please. Let me invite our panelists for this event as well. Samita Luthra, Senior GM, BSNL. Huge round of applause for her, please. Jay Prakash Sharma, Executive VP, Technology, InfoAge. Huge round of applause for him as well. Rajiv Suta, VP, IT, Usha International Limited. A round of applause for him, please. Anil Kumar Chaudhary, Chief GM, Technical Energy Efficiency Services Limited. Round of applause for him. And Mr. Shiva Kumar KM, Head Cyber Security, JK Tire and Industries Limited. Can you have a round of applause for all our eminent panelists for this session on Zero Trust, Reducing Risk with Efficient and Enhanced Security. Over to you, Mr. Subhash Chand, who will be playing the role of moderator. I know we are running short of time, but still you have 25 minutes for this panel discussion. Thank you so much. Can we have 25 minutes on timer, please? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Souvik. Namaskar and good noon, everyone. This wonderful platform hosted by T4D. Trust, Bharosa, Vishwas. I think our lives revolve around one powerful word, that is trust, and it is the invisible foundation that uphold dignity both of our personal and professional engagement. Without trust, there is no authenticity, no collaboration, and no lost success. But trust me, I am Subhash Chand from CISO from ICR, ISRI, and ICR is the one of the largest council in India and Asia. What we do research in agriculture and education, and also decorate your plates. And we are between your plate and this session also. We will conclude very in short time. Just let me set the context and agenda for this zero trust. We are agree that in digital era, physical identity has been largely transformed in digital identity, and this shift require zero trust security model where no user, no device, no system is trusted by default. By default is a very big situation where we deal with that. And every access request must be continuous verified. In era where cyber threats are more complicated and distributed than ever, the traditional approach of security no longer, I think it is not much sufficient right now. And zero trust based on the principle which is never trust and always verify has emerged a very powerful framework to reduce risk and build the resiliency of digital transformation environment. Moving forward, the fundamental concept that zero trust is a security platform, not a single technology, not a product. It's a strategical approach to cybersecurity. And now we today have very excellent panel of cyber security and technology leader who will share their experience, insight, and practical approach. That is very important in practical approach on implementing zero trust while ensuring operational efficiency. And we are here to collaborate, which is the word now. Right now we are listening and come out that cell of silos, to build the nation cyber secure and resilient digital India. And we will try to make this session which uh, connect the dot of your lifespan. And if I ask anyone, what is the one important item, physical item, we need from childhood to our old age? I think that is the mobile phone. That is the mobile phone. And first we have mobile phone, and उसमें जो प्राण प्रतिष्ठा करता है वो कौन करता है? That is the telecom sector. Without telecom sector, it is just a clicking device. So let me start with Smita, who is from BSNL, as a leader in one of India's largest telecom provider. How do you see zero trust playing a role in securing legacy infra while rolling out a modern service like 5G? I think you have roll out. Congratulations on that. Specifically, how do you strike balance between high availability telecom services and enforcing stick authentication and segmentation policies?
Thank you, Mr. Subhash. First of all, I would also like to thank T4D for such an event that's brought down diverse players and leaders, enterprises, public units, and it's been very knowledgeful session right from the beginning of today. And Mr. Subhash, it's a very pertinent question when I come to BSNL, which has a huge landscape in terms of, the assets that we have, in terms of the technologies that we have from legacy to modern, like my towers in the country, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G now, then my MPLS, then data clouds, data centers, fixed line, moving from PSTN to the latest ones. So it's like a complete gamut, and, building security, protecting this from cyber criminals or nation state actors, that's a huge challenge. And if I were to quote, there was one incident wherein, we were breached, our crucial data related to SIMs, MZ, it was, being sold on the dark web. And that was, a wake up call that our foundational data, is there on the dark web being sold. So that is where this concept of zero trust, started being building in the, company, wherein we said it's no more optional, this is something that we will have to fundamentally inbuilt into the organization. And apart from, when we started working on it, it was like, apart from the technical challenges, looking at the huge landscape that we have, the biggest challenge came out was the cultural one.
Yes.
Because, our unions, associations, our employees started saying, that these IT guys, they've put a lockdown into the system with this zero trust.
Great.
And that is where we had to tell them, see, it's not a lockdown, because business really cannot work on a lockdown situation. So it's basically we aligned our people to the principle that, the right person has to access the right resource at the right time from the right location for the right reason. So that is what zero trust is all about. That's what we, started training our people on that. And, as you mentioned, it's not a product that I, buy and I plug and play into my system. It's a conscious journey that we are taking in BSNL, wherein we are saying that, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So in that journey where we are, as to your question, and how do we balance, a stringent security versus a performance oriented organization who has to have an uptime of, 99.9999%. So that is where we are having, prolonged strategy. I can keep talking about it, but just to name a few, like an adaptive authentication. So if my field engineer is there, who's gonna log on into the system from his, a known BSNL IP from a registered device, fine, frictionless, authentication for him. But, if the same credentials are being used from some suspicious location or from some unregistered device, obviously, then a multi-factor authentication comes into place. And now multi-factor authentication, it's not working in my legacy system. So I have another problem. So there is where, we have a solution like jump servers, We use jump servers that, this engineer would have to log on to a jump server before he, jumps onto the legacy server. Coming to 5G, we have cloud native software defined network. So zero trust principles is now, being built into the architecture of the system. So now I know that, my IoT sensors, lying somewhere, and with 5G, my ultra low latency is a requirement. So if that IoT sensor has to authenticate, I really cannot work with heavy authentication every time, it talks to my servers. So there is where lightweight security certificates and all are being used. So, I mean, there are multi-pronged strategies that we can keep going, but yes, I mean, zero trust is the need of the hour for the organization to be secure and, BSNL to give connectivity to the nation. Thank you.
Okay, great work. I think there are a lot of challenges from security, technology, and leadership also. And you are doing very well. And now we have a mobile phone in hand, and next step, what it would be, I think we have to search out Naukri, house, and matchmaking also. So, Jay, I think you are also a matchmaker behind that. Let me come to Jay Prakash. Info has managed several large scale consumer platform. There are a lot of names are there. And that deal with the sensitive user data and I think very high transaction volumes. So keeping on that, how do you embedded zero trust principles such as identity verification and least privilege, that is the main principle of zero trust, into your platform architecture without compromising user experience, because your user should not be any hamper or they do not think that it is hanging or all these things. Your take.
So first of all, thank you so much for this question. And by the way, I'm not a matchmaker. Certainly, that is a service which
yes.
we have, and yeah, it is open for everyone. It is from education to your jobs, to your matchmaking, to your like real estate, whatever, whatnot. I mean, there are many more portfolios for Info. I'm just an employee. Before I could share anything on like the question which has been put across, trust me, this is my personal view. We do not endorse my organization as such because I'm not the official spokesperson. But still, based on the experience, like the way you said, like how do we manage the identity and still don't compromise on the customer experience. So trust me, like the time we had started and the kind of services we are dealing with, we call it like in today's world, the data or the personal data, which is in currency, that's a statement. But at the same time, the breaches are the headlines. So zero trust is not just something like which we cannot, which we simply ignore it. It is required for the survival. And that's where it is again not a technology. It's a framework. So based on this, like I need to ensure whether I have whatever device, like whether it's a internal user, external user, we need to ensure like whether we are trusting that particular device. I think like most of us we had talked about trusting the device, trusting the identities, trusting the IPs, scoring the IPs, what all behavioral stats which we could able to see, like which has happened from that particular IP itself. We also collect many more telemetries like browser behavior, user behavior, mouse movements, the characteristics of the devices from where the requests are coming. So all those things, we take it, we do the behavioral analysis, and basis that, what we call it, like, we provide the access. In case if that access still, I mean, certainly so many businesses, framework is same, but since so many different businesses are there, I cannot provide the same user access for one particular service to another particular service. So hence the micro segmentation pieces again comes into the picture, and everything is very closely get observed. So that's why, like, the complete telemetry, there is a SOC team who keep analyzing those things in the back end at the same time before providing any kind of access to the end users. Another thing is, like, in case if I don't trust those those requests, so we normally use it something called, like, filtered or a gateway or a proxy methodology, where such requests get dropped itself. So what happens is, like, my application doesn't see those traffic at all. So, from an application experience standpoint, if you'll talk about, at that particular time, like, since the load is unnecessary, load is not there on the application, whoever is logged in, whoever has been authenticated, at least those people will not have any experience impact. That's what I would state.
Thank you giving the trust to the user to implement it. Zero trust on digital site. I think they are very controversial thing. Trust and zero trust. Now come to the next span of life. I think we have now house and Naukri and companion also. We need some consumer in that house. Let me reach to Rajesh Sutaji. In traditional manufacturing and consumer appliance enterprise like USA International, legacy system often coexist with modern IT. What's your approach to implement zero trust across such hybrid environment, particularly in connecting supply chain, ERP, and consumer-facing system securely?
Okay, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for this question, and thank you T4D for inviting me to this event and giving me a chance to be part of this panel. And I'm from Usha International, and it's a old tradition house, business house, like from the times of Tata and Birla. It's a Shriram Group company. In Usha International, we have a hybrid kind of environment where our core legacy system, which is by ERP SAP, is on-premise, and rest of the latest technologies or cloud-based CRM applications and couple of other applications are on cloud. So we have an integration between all these applications, and when these integrations gives us a lot many benefits also, but it also brings certain challenges in terms of cybersecurity, complexities, and other things. And we have tried to, with the help of Zero Trust framework, we have tried to mitigate some of the risks. And in Usha, we can say that we also follow the same practice, never trust, always verify, as you have also mentioned. So we don't see Zero Trust as a product or a tool. It's basically a journey where we have to adopt, or every company needs to adopt nowadays. It's a need of the hour nowadays. Because many companies are using multiple applications and mobile applications. People are on the field and they are accessing company sensitive data and all those things. And we need to ensure that only the authorized user is having the access to the relevant data. So Zero Trust plays a very important role in this. And we also have a strong Salesforce team who are always connected to various applications with our backend database or the data lake on the cloud. And identity security device is also a very important factor for us. If I say identity access management needs to be there, we have put in certain multi-factor authentications in our system. Then only the user can get logged into the system. Devices are also controlled through MDM, where the segmentation is given within their personal device. The BYOD concept is there, though employees are using their personal mobile devices, where we have implemented this MDM solution so that there has to be a bifurcation between the personal applications and the official applications. And we don't want to club between these two, just to ensure on the data privacy and all those things. And also, if I talk about our manufacturing side of it, we have done little bit segmentation of the network where our core applications are not talk to each other in the sense of the same network. So network segmentation also plays a very important role to ensure that our applications are secure. And also, as you mentioned that key, ZTN is basically raising our child or teenagers when हम बच्चों को बोलते हैं कि बेटे जरा ध्यान से किसी अनजान के लिए दरवाजा नहीं खोलना है ना तो इट्स द सेम प्रिंसिपल वी फॉलो इन द कंपनी आल्सो implementing this again brings a cost but there are various benefits and very sensitive information if company needs to protect then these type of tools are necessary for every company to follow and when I say that ki there are multiple OT and other ERP applications and we don't have any linkage between that because my machinery doesn't want to talk to my CRM application. So there is a separate verification given to them to ensure our safeguard of our environment and the applications. Apart from that, in Ocean Natural, what we say that we always believe that whosoever is accessing my application needs to be a genuine user. And multiple ways of authenticating the access of that user and most of all one more important thing I would like to mention is that if we have to give the access to any user for any application that role based access needs to be given all the roles what all he has to perform while doing his job as per his profile or the KRA he should have the access of only those type of applications or those type of sensitive data. So these are the various areas where we have somehow tried to protect the data and the access. Thank you.
I think very well managed such type of hybrid environment using the segmentation and role based access. It is very important. Renu, thank you. Now move to forward and having a cup of tea and all this thing in house. Let move about on the road. Where we need the wheel, I think if you talk about the initial and the first kind of innovation that is the wheel in our life and one representative sitting here that is the JK Tire who are the responsible for globalization and globalization need mobilization and mobilization need your speed up to tire and now let me learn about the JK Tire industry and their experience from Shiva Kumar. Industrial operation at JK Tire a heavy mix of IT and OT, I think so. In such environment, implementation zero trust can be complex due to uptime requirement and legacy control, which we face the issue. How are you adapting zero trust principle in industrial network and what lesson have you learned about securing production environment? If you can.
Yeah, good afternoon now. Thanks for the opportunity. See, as you like the industry, particularly the manufacturing sectors, the priority is always on the availability for the business. Yes. So when we go with the cybersecurity policies or something like that, it's like a sword without handle. So if you are putting it more pressure on that, sometimes it will backfire us. So a cautious approach in a practical and doable approach will be always necessary. And when you see in a shop floor, particularly in an OT environment, the actual doer of this kind of cybersecurity measures will be the OT persons, who may not be a hardcore IT or a cybersecurity person. So the first step will always starts with making them aware of the necessity or the need for this kind of security related concepts. There are various zero trust policies. All our other colleagues are told like the identity and access control, RBAC. There are various other things also like macro segmentation and all those stuffs. But how much we wanted for that particular environment, that is another important factor what we have to always see it. In my previous panel also, like Alok Sab also told, where should I stop? That is another important thing what we have to see it, because everything comes with the money as well as the skill set availability is also another point. So, and of course, this approach differs from the situation also. If it is going to be a new manufacturing plant kind of thing, you are going to build it, you can make it security by design. And if it is going to be for a running plant where the technology evaluation may be in a very phased approach, digital adoption kind of things will be in a very phased approach, there your approach should be something different. You cannot go and directly say that you have to entirely change the network, do all those stuff, then it will be a disruption to the business. So there we have to see how much we can able to extend our security related measures. If some legacy machineries are available where you cannot able to do the changes, even some of the locations you can find even Windows XP machines will still run in the shop floors, where you will not be able to change that one due to the need for that OEM's requirement. In such situations, how we can compensate it by encapsulating that particular thing with some other the control. So these are the approaches what we have to majorly see it, and this is the way how we are adopting it, balancing the cybersecurity related requirements as well as keeping the business priorities also is another important fact, what I would say. Yeah.
Thank you. Very correct. Now let's move forward from because we need our running and all. Suppose अगर गाड़ी ले लिया तो we need energy efficiency. So let me ask Anil Kumar Chaudhary sir. ESSL leadership in deploying large-scale digital infrastructure across India energy ecosystem, such as smart meter, EV charging, and energy management platform. How do you see zero trust model enabling securing scalable and resilient operation in such a highly interconnected and critical sector? What are the key challenges and opportunity in implementing zero trust in public sector energy system? If you
Thank you, Subhas, and thank you T4D for this forum. Actually, first I will tell that how energy is now, actually energy is touching to the entire the human total population of the country. So and we are dealing with that, and there are energy producers, so who are producing energy, and we are focusing on energy efficiency and conservation. We are taking it as another mode of production of energy. Once we will conserve and make ourselves more efficient, energy is available for more energy is available for us. So this is one kind of production also. And one figure I always tell to people to attract some attention, that our per capita energy consumption is 1/3 of world's average per capita energy consumption. And if you compare to US, it is 1/13 of what is their average. So what does it mean? It means that if we will become efficient, like efficient means if we will become developed like US, our energy requirement will be 13 times, which we will be never be able to supply through our supply side management by producing it. So we will have to be, if we have to, so there is a scope of being 13 times more efficient as per our growing demand, because we are aspiring to become a developed nation like US anytime soon, because our economy is growing like anything. So we will be growing, so our energy demand will be increasing. So if we will be like a developed country, our energy demand will be 13 times. We will not be able to afford that. So we have to be very efficient. So various efficient technologies are coming. Electric vehicles will be charging infrastructures are required. Smart meterings, which are conserving devices, because when the energy usage is monitored, so conservation is there and discounts become viable. So smart meters are there, and energy management systems are there, which and demand side management and demand response is also is coming into the big way, when there will be the differential tariff in entire days. The time of the use tariff will be there. So these kinds of things are coming, and now we are bringing micro cold storage in the cold chain sector, which is IoT enabled. So and which are solar based by IoT enabled. So these all devices and these are touching entire population of India, and and they are all interacting with the grid and the cyber network also. So ultimately what happens? So data security becomes the ultimate thing, because any pilferage will lead to a very big sabotage. This is another kind of and another kind of this incentive for those who are going to launch war against any country to attack this energy security system. So zero trust becomes is not just a requirement; it's a strategy for us, because that if any net metering, this smart metering solution, electric vehicle charging infrastructure, if it is compromised, then various kinds of things will be stalled on the road, or even some pockets of our country will be on the dark. So zero trust environment is very much required. And even when we are going to the cold storage sector where farmers are putting their produce, we are monitoring it efficiently through our remote locations. So that has to be very much secure. Otherwise, why they are putting it? They are putting it because their product should not perish. If there are some controls, inefficiencies are there, and the temperature control, humidity factors getting compromised, the products will not be safe, and they will be perishing. So the entire purpose will be lost, and the program, before getting scale up, will start drawing various kinds of negative attacks that this program is not successful or whatever it is. So we have to be very vigilant for about all those these kinds of security threats, and our this system has to adopt this zero trust. And various kinds of examples have happened also in Janmashtami time in Lucknow only, around 3-4 years back. And some pocket of smart meters become unoperational, and the entire area became dark. It was a very horrible situation for us at that time. So various kinds of learnings were there. So we have adopted, and this we have learned through hard way. So because initially when we were putting out the lighting system all across India, they were all API based, controlled and everything. So some kind of lesser security was required. More and more we are going to the more population oriented and energy system touching the entire grid. So it is becoming more pertinent for us to go for the very secure system.
Thank you. So the key message, I think so, we should identify our business requirement depending upon the sector and the organization mandate, and then decide what the framework should be implemented. And we are living in the privileged society also, because sometime we just heard about that this is GM and this is a director, and just access all these things. So it is very hard work for these people and us people to secure any organization, and we are working very hard. Thank you very much, all of the brilliant panelists. And now we are on the edge of closing this session, and decorating plate is waiting for you, and hand over to Sobi for further.
Thank you so much, Mr. Subhash Chand and eminent panelists of this panel on Zero Trust. Again, we tried to cover 5-6 aspects of cybersecurity in this conference, starting from morning, which will continue post lunch also, where we talk about Zero Trust, data security, data privacy, endpoint security, network security, all aspects. And I'm sure the insightful discussion we had just now will help us all to learn more about, to gain more insights on what are the various facets of Zero Trust for sure. Before we end the session, we'd like to present a small token of appreciation from our end to all our eminent speakers who are all digital transformation leaders in their own way in their organizations. So we want to felicitate them with the Cyber Security Excellence Award. We can start with Subhash Chand, CISO, ICAR. Huge round of applause for him, please. To Ms. Samita Luthra, Senior GM, BSNL. A huge round of applause for her, please. To Jay Prakash Sharma from InfoEdge, Executive VP Technology. To Rajiv Suta, VP IIT Usha International Limited. To Anil Kumar Chaudhary, Chief GM, Efficiency Service, Energy Efficiency Services Limited. And to Mr. Shiva Kumar KM, Head Cybersecurity, JK Tire Industries.